Behind every closed door there's a story the world never hears. A parent missing a child missing a parent. This is a place for the silence to be heard. My name is Kaycee, and this is the silent parent.
There's a kind of grief no one prepares you for. Not for someone who died, but for someone still alive who you're not allowed to hold. If that's the weight you're carrying tonight, stay with me. This one's for you.
Nobody sees the hours you don't sleep. The empty room, the silence too deep to keep. You put on a face, you carry on your coat, while quietly you're barely holding hope. They measure it in hearings, files and fees, but never in what it quietly takes from me. But you're still standing, still here, through the longest, darkest year. This grief don't mean that you are weak. You loved and love runs deep. So hold on, you are not as alone as you feel. The morning's coming slow but real, and you're still standing, still here.
They measure this crisis in judgments and costs, but that was never the true measure of what's lost. It's measured in sleepless nights, in missed childhoods, in broken attachments, in parents trying to survive the loss of the relationships that gave their lives meaning. Behind every case file is a human story, and behind so many, a grief and isolation that no one ever sees.
You hide the pain, afraid it's used as proof, afraid that breaking down will count against the truth. The world assumes you lost them 'cause you failed, so you swallow all the shame and you exhale. But that silence is the danger, don't you see? You hide your pain the moment you most need to be free. But you're still standing, still here, through the longest, darkest year. This grief don't mean that you are weak. It means you love and love runs deep. So hold on, slow but real, and you're still standing, still here.
So if you're reading this in the dark tonight, please hear me. Reaching out is not surrender, it is strength. Tell one person, a friend, a doctor, a helpline. No parent should carry this burden alone, and you were never meant to. The relationship you're grieving is worth fighting for, but so are you. You matter, not just as a parent as you.
And you're still standing, still here. You survived another year. Healing comes to those who stay. Hold on for one more day. So reach out, reach out, reach out. Let somebody enter where it hurts, because you are worth more than this worst, and you're still standing, and one day still reunited. Hold on.
A parent missing a child missing a parent. This is the silent parent for families torn apart by separation, alienation. When we share what we've lived, we break the silence that lets this harm go unseen. We help others feel less alone, and we show a system that too often looks away just what it costs a child to lose a parent who loves them. Awareness begins with listening. Change begins when enough of us refuse to stay silent. So subscribe and stay close. Share your story and be heard, because your story could be the light that someone else is waiting for. Together, we break the silence. Together, we heal. My name is Kaycee, and this is The Silent Parent.